Another little extreme microplane. This one is the T-28 Trojan. Now again, this is the second T-28 Trojan I had. I bought one used in fairly good condition and flew it for a while and went pretty decently. Got it trimmed out and flew it, but then something went wrong with its electronics, the other one, and it would fly for a minute or so, and then it would just suddenly go completely out of control and just go into a spin and go into the ground. And it seems pretty repeatable. It just does it every time. You fly it, about a minute after you take it off, it just stops responding to you and spirals into the ground. I lost it right over in the first time it did it, I lost it right over in the long grass. I had to go and find it. Anyway, so I bought this one in slightly battered condition, even cheaper, at a swap meet, kind of thinking maybe I could put the two together and make one working one, who knows. You know, I was thinking this was a bit battered, but if its electronics were good, maybe I could put its electronics into the other one, because I bought it for certainly a lot less than it would cost me to buy electronics. Anyway, but I haven't done that at the moment. I've just been flying. I got this one trimmed out, I believe, last time I flew it. It was trimmed out, and it flew more or less. Ooh, famous last words. Well, that was that was cheated then. I put the throttle up to full once, and it didn't throttle up. I don't know what it's doing. The first time I put the throttle up, it didn't seem to throttle up, and then I throttled it up a bit, and it fell off the end of the table. It is old and battered, and who knows. Mid-rate. Now, one thing I find about this is I find a plane like this a lot harder to see properly than the Cub that I was just flying. I was just flying the little Micro J3 Cub, which is actually even smaller than this. Why is this bird following the plane? Does it think it's its mother or something? Even though this guy's a bit bigger, for some reason I find him a bit, if he's any distance away, I find it harder to see him and see his orientation. I don't know why. Partially because he's white, maybe.
Time remaining, 4 minutes.
And mostly white. He's got a little bit of red's wearing pretty thin on this guy. He doesn't really stand out much. Anyway, now this guy is actually 4-channel. Whoa, bloody hell. Yeah, he's 4-channel, we don't have much power. He's only a little 1-cell battery. Well, that's not so much the point. The point is also that he's only got a tiny little brushed motor. So that did not work. I don't know. Oh, well, that worked a little bit better. Actually, part of the problem, I think, is that he's got more roll authority than I expected, so I over-rolled him the first time. I was just trying to roll him over and put him upright, but I over-rolled him because he's got more roll authority than I expected. He kind of spins when you roll him. He doesn't just... Oh, famous last words. Well, that's weird, so why... He didn't seem to want to roll a lot then. I gave him aileron. Trying to think. The J3 Cub has no computerized wibble. I mean, it's not stabilized in any way. This guy might have AS3X. He definitely doesn't have safe. Actually, I'm not sure that... I don't think he even has AS3X. I'd have to look at the box again. I don't see much sense that... get much sense that he does. My hat's coming off again. I seem to be having problems with my hat coming off. I think it's the damp makes what little hair I have puffy. It was a vague approximation to an Immelman turn, pretty vague, but you know, I mean, you can see. I mean, this guy flies pretty decently now. Now that I've got him, I repaired a few bits of him. He had some damage and whatever. I can't remember exactly. I fixed him up a bit. I fixed him up a bit and I trimmed him out, and now he flies quite decently, so I don't want to cannibalize him. I don't want to start mucking around with him. My other one looks in better condition. It's had a few crashes as well. And you can see how you can crash this thing. I mean, I nearly crashed it then. It was a good job I got some, when I did that first maneuver, that I got some height, because I totally misjudged the roll on it and got it into a spin and whatever, but I had enough height that I got time to recover. So I've certainly crashed the other guy, but I've not bashed him around as much as this guy appears to have been bashed around in his life. My other one looks newer than this. It looks in better condition than this. But it wouldn't have flown. There's no way my other one would have flown this long. No way. It would have just committed harikari, but this time it just does. It flies around. Doesn't matter what you do with it. I've experimented. It doesn't nothing to do with, you don't have to perform any fancy maneuvers. I think the first time it did it to me, I wasn't.
Time remaining 1 minute.
That's probably true. I should be thinking of landing him. The first time my other one did the thing of going out of control, it was in the middle of a loop, but then I've tried just experimentally doing nothing but flying him round in slow circuits like this, and you fly him around in slow circuits, doing absolutely just like this, nothing special for a minute or so, and after about a minute, not this one, the other one, the first one I had, it just goes kaplooey. This goes in low voltage cutoff now, I think.
Throttle cut on.
I think he was getting low voltage cutoff at the end there. What? 30 seconds left. I've got, no, hey, I'm 5, so he threw for 430. Yeah, I mean, 430 is often about all you get outdoors with these little one-cell brushless things, and I'm just running in with a standard one-cell, little stick battery, nothing. The slightly bigger ones I run with a bigger battery with like a 250 to give them a little bit more power. But a little bit more juice so they last longer. Anyway, but, I think you can fairly say that he flies quite nicely. And so, we're not going to cannibalize him. We'll just keep him the way he is for now.